Chris, clean sheet, another point, lots of positives, but didn't get that win that we wanted.
No, I knew the game would be difficult. The conditions again were obviously pretty horrific with the wind, but the players stood strong. They looked comfortable, and we definitely pushed towards the end of the game to find the winning goal. But yeah, we didn't get it today.
Just on that the changes that you made in the second half, that was the positive impact that you're looking for.
Well, yeah, I mean, you've got to try and utilise the squad to the best of your abilities. You've got to look at what's actually in front of you in the first half. You've got to not panic really in terms of not getting what we wanted. We didn't. The game plan we put in place yesterday was to put the opposition under severe pressure in the first 20 minutes, but we didn't do that. We threw the ball backwards from throw-ins. We played out from the back from goalkeeper to centre half, and I didn't want that. But and the lads, it sometimes happens, under pressure. But what they did do, after finding the feet and getting to grips a little bit, don't get me wrong, Grimsby had opportunity, but so did we. And the game was in abeyance really until we stepped up second half, and unfortunate for Knees coming off, but Christie made an impact, and of course the substitutes to try and force a winning goal. You could argue it helped, but it didn't work because we didn't win. But it was a tough game.
And he's at right back. He's done that for Swindon. Was it a case of you thinking that just isn't working today?
Well, yeah, I mean, and the game changed because their main physical aspects of the game came off with a calf injury, and really Aaron Hayden is a physical athlete, and I felt that he'd be best placed to go against Hansen, and he came off. So I didn't want to make too many changes while we looked to try and win the game. We did have obviously a little bit of a negative yesterday with John Mellish training and pulling out of training. So, we came to the point of this is where we're going to go with the game.
I know one of the things you want to do is build up defensive partnerships, build up a defensive unit. Are you frustrated you can't do that at the minute with these injuries?
Well, clean sheet, good. Byron not available. So we made a forced change. So of course I went that way with it. But I'm pleased with how the lads defended second half. The Grimsby did get in on the odd occasion. The skipper made a couple of clean handling saves on a couple of headers. Other than that, I think it was shots from distance. And we looked with a little bit more risk in the final third, a little bit more quality and momentum building. Don't give fouls away. Don't do silly things. Don't hand the ball when you don't need to. Don't be offside when you don't have to be. It builds pressure, and we did that, but we didn't get a clean sighted goal. Well, we did get the clean sighted goal, but Harry put it over the bar.
I don't know if you'll agree, but it felt like it took us a while to get going. What was it that clicked eventually?
Sometimes you don't know that answer, but passing it forwards helps. Competing obviously for the second balls, and looking to have a better end product. And when you start doing them things start happening for you, and we did. Why? I don't know. We put the plan together yesterday, and we didn't start with it.
Unbeaten run that we've got going at the moment. The boys must be taking a bit of confidence from that.
Yeah, I ask the lads. I mean, I want to win. I want to win football matches. I want us to show higher standards in what we go about our weekly duties, because it supports us on a Saturday. So I'm pleased, obviously, in the fact that I think it's 5 games since Carlisle. Is that the longest run of the season? It probably is. So we need to step on that, but you've got to go the extra 3 yards to make sure that you get credited for what will be in League 2, sometimes a hard-fought battle with a bit of quality added to it. Then you get your 3 points and you can get momentum. We're very close to being like that, but we have to work so much harder to get that.
Are you prepared to show patience in getting to that point with the boys that they're turning these draws into wins?
Well, yeah, they won on Tuesday and we drew on Saturday. So, I suppose if they were both league fixtures, it's a good thing. We've gone toe-to-toe with top of the league Forest Green. They've got a lot of games coming up. They'll be coming thick and fast at us. So it's difficult because they've had 2 real hard physical technical sessions with me. You can't go like you can at pre-season on them, because you've got to you got a game coming every sort of 2 or 3 days. So I have to hold back at times. But one thing we can have is high standards for what we're trying to achieve. And the pleasing thing is that the players are giving everything in terms of trying to improve, and you can't get there with a click of the finger. So they are applying themselves. But like I said to you, if they're prepared to just do that a little bit more, and not all of them, but if 2 or 3 join the lads that are generally doing it every week, it'll soon turn into 3 points.
You said after the game on Wednesday that the likes of Christy Elliott, the likes of Mo Gaff, you'd need them this season. There's a great example today.
Oh yeah, true. And Christy had a good second half, didn't he? And you know, sometimes when it's not quite right in the first half, people could argue, but ultimately we've had a good defence and people who want to defend. And I've looked at obviously all the goals Carlisle have conceded over the season, and the lads have responded defensively to that. We've got to get more prominence in midfield in terms of getting the ball down and passing and moving forwards. And then I want my attacking players to come to life. I want them to take on people, to support each other doing that. And it grew as that game grew on. But we do need to end it with, you know, a contact, a goal, not a ricochet, not a block. We want to work their goalkeeper. We want to score a goal.
You've almost got 4 defenders who could start a game in the treatment room at the moment. What's the news on them, boys?
Yeah, and we talked about standards, you know, after the game, and that includes injured players, it includes everybody, it includes youth players. I want the youth players taking Hallam Hope's shirt because they're really pushing for that opportunity. We've got to try and raise the standards on every aspect at the football club, you know, to stick together and work hard and enjoy that hard work, because I've often said it's a relatable factor in people. Whatever job you do, if you work hard, have a bit of honesty with what you're trying to achieve, a bit of integrity, you know, you'll only get supported.
Final one from me, Chris. You must be looking forward to having another full week with the boys of work ahead of Colchester next weekend.
Yeah, tough fixture, of course, yeah, and the boys will have to rest up after that. It's easy to critique, but they've put in, so they need to recover, and then we've got an opportunity to train very hard on a couple of days next week.
Thanks for your time.